Hello YouTube, Marauders here, and today I have here the Microsoft All-in-One Media Keyboard. So basically this is Microsoft's newest entry into giving all your computers and your appliances which are connected to the TV a full size enough keyboard and input device so that you can type better and also navigate the UI properly with a touchpad. So nothing much special to talk about on this thing. You have your usual membrane keys. It's a Gillette type keyboard with a membrane keys, and the touchpad is a rather large touchpad area, so it supports multi-touching, multi-point gesture, so you can actually do the zooming and scrolling with multiple fingers. Now, as a point of interest, you should know that there's only one button underneath the touchpad, so that means you cannot perform actions like press the left button and then press the right. You can only issue one button press at the same time of the left and right mouse buttons. Now this is not a Bluetooth keyboard. It's actually one that requires its own 2.4 GHz dongle device and is powered by two AAA batteries. It's decent enough. It's lightweight. It works pretty well. Actually, not much complaints about it. It's cheaply priced relatively, and it's just a simple keyboard. But there is one thing that you should know about this before if you are planning to use this keyboard for anything more than just doing web browsing. Because if you're going to use this keyboard for something like Office, Word, or anything, you're going to find some very interesting problems. So the first problem we're going to talk about is about the function keys. Now if you look on the function keys, you can see both that it's been labeled with the usual F value as well as an additional function. And then of course on the keyboard you have an FN key to toggle between the states. Now the problem here is that instead of having the function key work without having to press the FN key, by default when you press a function key, it actually accesses this function here in blue. So that means if I press F5, instead of getting F5, I get the search function. So in order to get F5, you have to hold down FN and then press the F5. Then only you get the function key. So there are various notebooks that are actually doing this right now, but usually there is always some way to lock the default setting. So instead of having the blue keys function, when you press it, you can actually change it in order to say that when you press the function key works without having to press the FN key. But for the all-in-one media keyboard, even after I downloaded the main control software, there is no way to change the default way this works. So that means there's no such thing as a function lock. So you are stuck. In order to get the function values, you have to press FN and then press the function key. Now the most irritating thing here is that if you look at the F4 key, which is what a traditional user would hit a lot to close your windows, it's actually the sleep button. So more than once I have already accidentally, when I was trying to close something and muscle memory takes over, I just press alternate and I press F4 and well, my system sleeps. So luckily you can, with the keyboard center command, you can change this into a less damaging function, like it can show you the switch user list instead of going to sleep, but you can't disable the actual sleep function on this, so it's actually very irritating. So that's the function keys are the first problem of this keyboard if you are thinking of using it as a normal work keyboard. The second problem here is that if you look at the keys, the navigation keys, so you have your cursor keys, you have your page up, you have your page down. Now, what's missing? If you look closely, there isn't a home or an end button on this keyboard. And it's also lacking a lot of other keys. It doesn't have an insert key. Basically, most of the keys for doing editing, for shorthand for editing, aren't here at all. So if you were thinking like, okay, I could probably buy this keyboard, I can use it with the computer I've connected to my TV, and maybe I can use when I need to get work done, I can type out a letter or something. Yeah, you can type out a letter or something, but the fact is that without the home and end keys, you're gonna feel a bit tied down, because you don't have a way to easily jump between the first and last characters. I actually didn't realize how painful that was until I actually started using this. So, well, that's two of the main issues about this keyboard, which you should probably be aware of. Okay, so there you go. That was a very short overview of the all-in-one media keyboard. It's pretty good as a keyboard to control your whatever computer or appliance you have connected to your TV. It works. Like, it's light, doesn't cost a bomb like some other keyboards might. But remember that this is mainly used for a simple remote control of a computer, of a home theater PC, if you want to call it. So the fact that you can't function lock the function keys, the fact that you don't have the home and end keys and some other navigation keys, those will come into play if you're thinking of using this keyboard to do actual work, like especially office work. So if you just want a controller for your home theater PC, yep, this is a great. I would recommend this. It's a very nice keyboard. But of course, if you're planning to actually do any heavy amount of office work on your home theater PC, then this is obviously not it. Okay, so this is Marauders, and I'll see you in the next video.